I kid you not, in this video, I'm going to give you access to the Sharingan eyes. The ability to see through your favorite manga and understand how they are storytelling so that you can replicate it in your own work. I'm going to give you the resources that you need to be able to do that. And the best part is, they're free. Hey guys, this is Kami-Ken, and today I'm going to talk about how manga looks so deceptively simple that pretty much anyone thinks they could bust out a comic any time of the day, any time of the week, because it looks so easy to do. A kid could do it. But the work that you come up with doesn't look anything like what you see in the magazines and what you see in the comics. You're just like, what is this? I can't. Why isn't this working? Like, it's so deceptively simple the way they make it look. But I'm going to give you a few resources to help you catch up and bridge that gap between your current level of art skills and the storytelling skills that it takes to properly convey a story manga. Here we go. This is actually the first time I'm talking about these things outside of Twitter, but it's time that I finally share with you all the free resources that I use to learn my level of storytelling, because I did not have a high level of drawing skill growing up, and even now. But using these free resources, I was able to bridge the gap between my level of drawing skill and my storytelling ability, because they gave me the idea, the understanding I needed to actually convey the story with my characters, their posing, the paneling, and all of that. So these resources are what I use to learn how to tell stories better. And when I saw this first page, the eye lines versus the 180 axis, how to be a comic artist / magician. This is what on Toriyama. When I first saw this on a post, maybe somewhere on Tumblr, just scrolling around. Back then, Tumblr was the place to be rather than Twitter or Pinterest. It predated both of those. So when I saw this just kind of scrolling around, I was like, what is this about? Because anything that I could use to learn how to draw better or tell stories better, I immediately gravitated toward it because it would give me that little advantage to be able to tell my stories better. And so I want you to go into this site called Love Between Bullets wordpress.com. I always type it in as rom-com, and it'll just show up because it's just in my history after all these years of going to this website, and it'll give you analysis not just on Dragon Ball Z pages, but on pages from A Silent Voice, pages from older works by Yusuke Murata. These are the things you'll see on the first page of the website, and you can use them to learn just a little bit more about paneling in manga and storytelling in general. And that's only site number 1. Let's go to site number 2. Actually, I want to stay on this topic of manga paneling, and this is Effort Posts by Manuela Malasaña. I hope I'm saying that right. And I always type it in as Zabanya. That's just the way I type it in. I think they're on YouTube as well. But whenever I go to this website, I'll go to the Art of Dragon Ball. And through their posts, I really discovered how in-depth that Akira Toriyama was able to convey space and time in his comics, and learn how simple it is to do so, and then take all of that and put it into my own work, because all he's doing is using silhouettes and space, using the speech balloons to convey his ideas. And I was just like, wait a minute, I can do that. I can do that with my stuff. I don't have to draw like the most top tier creator. I don't have to draw like Yusuke Murata. I can still have more of a cartoon style, but as long as I follow these rules of storytelling, I can at least stand a chance at being a comic creator. I don't have to draw like David Finch. So yes, reading this website actually shows you how to compose your comic pages, and it actually shows you the difference between composing comic pages or composing manga pages, how Toriyama does it, and composing comic pages in American comics. Let me see if there we go. So this was a comic page that they were also comparing to how Toriyama does it in his stuff. What they're saying is that it was confusing to look at, just not quite as clear as what they have in manga. And that's just because in manga, or at least in this story in particular, it's just coming down to having one creator convey their ideas, versus in comics it's like you have two minds working to create a story, create storytelling. So having two minds working together is a lot more difficult than one mind who knows everything inside and out about the characters. So while the art is solid, while the art is good, really good, it's hard to convey the same simplicity that Akira Toriyama, using his one mind, would be able to convey. So this is another site to check out. It's called manuelamalasanya.wordpress.com, or you can just type in Zibanya effort posts, and that should pop up the same thing. This is the third one. This is from a site called FlubyNewbie.com, and I used to visit that site a lot because I was always looking for storytelling tips that they would give for animation and whatnot. And I thought, okay, animation is cartoons, so it's got to apply to comics in some way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna watch or read through this whole article and try to get as much from it as I possibly can, because this article is one of the things that taught me about clarity in storytelling, clarity in my art, to convey to the reader what is going on so that they can understand, no matter what idea I'm trying to portray, what I'm trying to do. Like, they can understand. And this article, this is a mega article. Your computer might even have trouble opening this one, but it is an invaluable, or what's the word? It is an incredibly valuable resource that you cannot ignore. If you feel that your art isn't the best and you need some type of way to level it up and improve your storytelling, this article, this one page, has pretty much everything you would need to know. Everything you would need to know. And the main thing that you want to focus on when you're telling stories with cartoons, with characters, is silhouette. You just want to focus on the shape that the characters are making with their bodies. Focus on the shape and conveying a strong silhouette, and you can tell more in body language than you can with words. you want to focus on body language. If this is the order of things you want to focus on, is body language, then face, and then words. Words come last. Just focus on body language. See how she's up in his face? Like, her body is leaned forward, his body is leaned back. Then the face conveys the actual emotion that she's trying to portray. So hands and face are expressing that emotion that she's trying to convey. It could be a happy expression, it could be a angry expression, but the body language first conveys 80 to 90% of a person's intent. So she's still pointing at him in this page as well, and he's backed up against the couch, like he's in a lower position. So these types of things, once you understand them and understand the idea behind them and why they're being done that way, then you can create even stronger stories or stronger storytelling, because you know why things are being done. And then this is meant to give you a level of Sharingan, so you can see through your favorite manga stories and get one step closer to being able to create things on the same level as those stories. So yeah, those are the three resources I have for you in this video. I'll probably link them in the link in the description. And let me also introduce you to my comic Saintly. It's a new webcomic that I'm working on, and it's a demon chase horror comic about two best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. And I'm nearly done with production. On the coloring phase right now, and we're almost there. I'm gonna do another dialogue pass, but you can currently read it before I edit everything. In the link in the description, you can check out chapter 1. And this is where I'm pretty much using everything that I learned over the years about storytelling, about silhouette, about timing and composition, everything. I'm using all of it to create this comic. So I'm hoping you'll check it out and see what I'm cooking in the link in the description. And then I'll see you in the next one. Peace.